I'd like to take you through the process of how an idea becomes a work of art. I was on the internet and found this image of some Indiana glassworkers in 1910. The boys holding the bat touched my heart, and I knew I had to sculpt a baseball team. I started with some aluminum wire, giving the just basic shapes to the characters I wanted to create. Roughed in with some oil-based clay, again positioning characters left and right, moving them around, working the anatomy in just very roughly. Start to put in some clothing. Again, the characters are developing. Start to put in more clothing. Here's the completed sculpture outside in front of the studio. I took the finished piece, delivered it to the foundry, and there they cut the sculpture up into about 24 or 25 pieces. The reason that the sculpture is cut up is that the mold has to fully release easily from each individual piece. Over the clay is applied 6 layers of silicone rubber. Between the 3rd and 4th layers of the mold is applied a nylon mesh to give the mold strength. Once the mold is made, wax is poured inside to create a hollow wax casting. The wax is then placed inside a huge vat with silicone gel inside. About a dozen layers are applied to make a shell about as hard as cement. This investment shell is then put in a furnace. The wax is melted out at about 1,000 degrees and the bronze is poured in at about 2,100 degrees. Once the bronze cools, the pieces are then cleaned up and welded together. Here you can see the guy holding the bat. There's about 24, 25 pieces in this sculpture. The pieces then welded together, cleaned up, and sandblasted to give it an even texture over the entire piece. This is what raw bronze looks like. At this point, chemicals are applied, creating the patina. I was going for a matte finish that made the piece look like the earth. I felt that would give significance to the spirit of the piece. Thank you for watching.